I think that's it. This is an hour and 5 minutes. So I have Scorsese article. Let's do this one.
Okay.
Oh, and I also have to give a shout out to this guy in Bloomington, Indiana, who did a freehand sketch of me. That I thought, I thought it was great and it was hilarious.
Oh, that's cool. Where did he give it to you? Oh, you did? Yeah. Where did he give it to you?
He was working the front desk at the hotel.
Oh, wow.
No, it's funny. I don't want to say what he said because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But like, just people talk to me. You know how they talk to me.
Yeah.
You know, but it's funny because like you're at workplace, so like, I'm not saying this person in Indiana didn't do this. But people at other workplace, they like drop the whole, like they'll be dressed up like, oh hey, welcome to the, and then just
they drop it.
Hey, Billy Rednuts. All right. The amount of times too, like I remember a few times I've been doing shooting scenes and whatever I'm doing, we're like out in the street or something like that, and someone will just drive by, like a car will just drive by, and be like, you just hear like this guy just go, he goes, hey, Bill Burr, go fuck yourself, and I'll just be like, hey, how's it going, or whatever. And I remember,
meanwhile, everyone's looking around like, wow, who would curse at somebody like that?
Yeah. No, I remember. I forget what job I was on, but the actor in it, she was going like, I love how your fans just like yell at you, say mean things to you. I go, yeah, I know, it's a podcast thing, but yeah, whatever. But yeah, it doesn't mean it. That's like him saying hello. Scorsese article. Hey, Bill, I love a contrarian argument. In fact, I think calling someone a contrarian for their point of view is usually just a way to qualify. Is that right? Qualify their take as flimsy and insincere. It depends on how you use it. If I just say, yes, and you say no, and I go, oh, you're just a contrarian. Yeah, that is. But I mean, if you're consistently doing that over and over, because I was talking about how I feel like certain people do that, always have the opposite opinion of the group. It's a narcissistic thing. It's their way to keep the conversation on them. Like, what? Well, how can you not like pie a la mode or whatever? It's always like something like really obvious. Like, I like air. I don't like air. What do you mean you don't like air?
It's those people who are like, well, devil's advocate. It's like, I do hate when people do that. Because first of all, the devil doesn't need an advocate. And secondly, not every topic needs to be explored from all angles in order to understand it. Some shit is right and some shit is wrong. So I feel like it's very insincere to do the whole devil's advocate thing. It's like, why are you doing that?
Do you know it's the first time I actually thought about that expression? Devil's advocate, like you're advocating for the devil.
Yeah, you're advocating for sort of what's widely considered probably to be like the wrong point of view or like the immoral point of view or whatever it is. And it's like,
my wife is smart.
Have my moment.
Yeah, so that's my thing. Like if I just, you can definitely call somebody a contrarian as it's a way of bailing out. That was like that Jordan Peele sketch that I saw the other day, the fuking cracking me up.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
the Key and Peele sketch, yeah.
Tell us how you really feel.
Okay.
And he was making no points.
Awkward.
Yeah, and what I love about that though is it totally takes what the other person's saying. It just takes the wind out.
Yep.
In other news, we're going to start doing that to each other.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was out. I got. I can't say why I'm coming up, but we were talking about Brian Jordan Alvarez. Is that it? Splashing is my life.
Is my life.
When I go into the water with my wife. I fucking love that guy.
Follow him on Instagram, please. He's so funny.
That's my favorite character. I like the aunt that has all the houses, but I do like that guy because there's something like there's a sadness to him, and he's just whenever he looks to the side, he's sort of like contemplating his situation.
You have if you don't follow him, just follow him so you know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
he's so funny.
I love that shit.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, it's also a way for people to shove the official story down your throat.
Oh God! See, this person is like
arrogant. Yeah.
And it's just like, here's just too much. Okay.
Already, yeah.
I always want to hear different takes on established truths, in quote, as you would say. Having said that.
Yeah. That guy is like, he's medium annoying. But if he gets a couple of glasses in him, he's fucking insufferable.
Insufferable, that was the word I was looking for.
That's what I'm getting out of that, okay? maybe I'm just being a contrarian. There was an article going around by a critic who called Scorsese's films inconsistent and self-indulging. This is what happens if you hang around too long. All of a sudden, these movies are fucking amazing. Twitter was in an uproar, of course. Few seemed to agree with the man who wrote it, but it didn't seem to stop people attacking Scorsese with proxy arguments like he's a sexist filmmaker. These people are even worse than the guy who wrote the article. I'm sick of people piling on because they can. Yeah, social media loves doing that. It brings me back to the idea that you can't challenge people's minds, and most people change people's minds, and most people have no rational thinking capabilities.
So this is the part where your point of view goes out the window because now you're using it as a way to insult people. So that's the part of it that is an issue with the contrarian, because I feel like they're just like low key just trying to undermine. They're not necessarily trying to present a different point of view. They're actually trying to undermine. So this person who feels like Scorsese is inconsistent and self-indulgent, I don't think that they are a contrarian. I just think that they are
to me, that's clickbait. Like, let's get people stirred up.
Yeah, and also, like, they just may not be into Scorsese, and people saying, like, he's a sexist filmmaker. I love Scorsese films, but I can understand why they would say that. When you think about the female characters in all of his films, I kind of get it, but I still
like
love
what?
Scorsese.
Like what? Which ones?
I'm thinking about Casino. I'm thinking about Goodfellas. I'm thinking about, what else am I missing?
Well, yeah, they weren't going to get they weren't going to
extent.
get good women. They were gangsters.
Right. So there
had to be an element of dumb broad in there, right?
Well, that's the thing, because it's just one particular view, and it has been.
What about what's her face in Taxi Driver? Now I'm being a contrarian.
The child prostitute?
No, not her.
Oh,
that he rescues?
Sybil Shepherd?
Yeah. He was shining light on human trafficking.
I don't know about that. But
you don't think so?
I don't know that. I think they're either like Madonna or whores. So I feel like that in itself is pretty sexist. So I get it. But again, I think
that's a generational
Casino.
thing. I think that's how he was.
And it probably is. It probably 100% is. But I love Casino. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. And I love Sharon Stone in that film because I found her to be complicated and layered and like...
Sharon Stone should have got a fucking Oscar for that, I thought.
Didn't she?
No. It's because everybody was up in arms because, she showed a hoo-ha and fucking Bend Me Over the Couch, whatever that fucking movie was called.
Basic Instinct, Bend Me Over the Couch.
Yeah.
That's you. That's classic Bill Burr. That's classic you not remembering the name.
I know, but I just throw out the first thing that I think of. I just remember
and that was Gene Triplehorn being bent over a couch.
For no fucking reason.
It's pretty bad. That scene. Yeah. Don't you remember when we were watching that? I were like, understand. Wait a minute, is he? And I was like, kinda.
No, but they justified it that why was she wearing thigh highs?
I mean, yeah, why did they make any of those decisions that they did in that movie?
Let's not get a bunch of bored people stirred up about a movie that happened 30 years ago and get some 80-year-old producer
I know,
in
let's get him stirred up about how I'm on the podcast again.
Yes!
On the podcast again.
What?
I'm going to fast forward through it.
Oh, fuck all those assholes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what it is. That's what this fucking business is. People fucking give me, like, no matter what you do, you get shit. And hey, that's a good thing. If you want to be successful, just know no matter what you put out there, there's going to be a bunch of people doing the what? Yeah, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? And then meanwhile, you'll be selling tickets and living your best life. All right.
You want me here. That's the most important thing.
Well, I did until you told me you wouldn't mind having another couple of guys around to take a break from me. Or women around.
No. Yeah.
Women around.
Right. Exactly. Let's be clear.
Well, listen, Nia, I gotta be honest with you. You're easy to get along with for me.
Thank
you really are.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you're no pony ride yourself.
No. I mean, as much as it hurts sometimes when, like, you marry somebody that isn't as smart as you.
Wow.
One of the upsides is that you can easily manipulate them. Nia, well, I'm gonna end this podcast and I'm gonna tell you what we're doing today.
What are we doing?
All right,
today?
everybody. Because I'm running the show. All right, that's the podcast. The lovely Nia, looking lovely as always.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for listening, and I will check in on you on Thursday. I got another great guest Another great guest. You should listen this Thursday if
Okay.
it's the guy I think. I mean, you should. All of them are great, but there's one that you actually know
Okay.
that we haven't seen in a while that
Okay.
got on, and he was extra silly. And I know how much you love silly.
I love silly.
Silly's awesome. All right,